previously in Sector Avalon Sigma. The party, the crew, such as it is, began on a world called Davenham, which was a major spaceport for the sector. They had just finished repairs on their ship, which they rechristened the IFM Takeout for some reason. I don't know, because they were hungry, I guess.
We got hungry and thought the register paper was the takeout menu.
I was filling out forms, people were walking by, I got distracted, and I couldn't be bothered changing it when I looked back over the form.
So, in the months between, being basically towed to Davenham and the ship being repaired, some of the crew either died or left to, seek greener pastures. And so all that was left of the crew was the self-proclaimed pirate captain, who one of the comm crew, and the healer, the biopsychic. So they needed a pilot, and the only available pilot they could find was one who was who needed to a ship to complete a job under somewhat suspicious circumstances to transport some cargo. So after meeting with some shady individuals, they agreed, and the takeout launched from Davenham and drilled through space to the system of Karnataka. Along the way, over the course of the 6-day drill through space, they discovered they had a stowaway, an investigative journalist for a company called Ad Astra Union. Ugh, I need to work on my pronunciation. And she, what was the name? Harriet Turner was trying to figure out what the government was shipping out, and implied that there had been several deaths involved in this situation. So the captain, whose name Joshua Blight, right?
Yep.
The self-proclaimed captain.
Pirate captain,
even though you're not really fitted on... Their ship isn't really fitted for pirate work.
Hey, we were poor at the time.
Still poor. Joshua demanded, contact with Ad Astra Union to confirm her story. And so she established, once they got into the system, she established a secure link with the editor-in-chief of the Karnataka branch. And after a bit of back and forth and some, we'll call it haggling, it was revealed that the cargo on board was a substance known as, it was a vial of a substance known as X8 nano-warfare particles. And the group reluctantly agreed to a meeting between themselves, Ad Astra Union, and a member of the Exchange Consulate, a pacifistic group of bankers who, control a great deal of commerce for the sector. And when the pilot friend found out, he was just like, "Oh, I guess this is a thing now. All right."
What was his name again?
Basil Collins.
Right, Basil. Good old Basil.
Good old Basil, just going along with our craziness.
Because he has so much choice, right?
So much choice. So, situation is, or actually, can I, quick bookkeeping thing, can I get some name spelling for Avis and Zai's characters, please?
Yes, hang on, I'll type it out for you.
Yeah. Zen Karn's character is Joshua Blight. Sarah...
Is that Saris?
Saris.
Yes, Saris.
Saris Allen, who is the comm crew expert.
I changed her name like 5 times.
Is that phonetic, or...
That's phonetic.
Could I get the spelling, please?
Oh, yeah.
Talia Maroon?
All right, I was close on...
You were close.
So Joshua Blight, Cerez Olin, Talia Maroon, and the NPC Basil Collins are the current crew of the IFM takeout. IFM meaning Independent Free Merchant.
Pirate vessel.
So he says.
So that's why I keep saying
Pirate.
self-proclaimed.
Pirate takeout.
We're not
Boom!
changing the name again.
So as this situation sort of solidifies in Basil's mind, he sort of rushes back up to the cockpit, kind of beckoning for Joshua to follow. And he says, if this is going to be a thing, then we need to make some snap decisions like right now.
Cool. What do you need?
I need to set a course, we need to decide whether we're going to try and play along and meet up with our contacts at the docking station we were originally going to meet up at, or if we're going to go somewhere else, if we're going to go to a different docking port, or the public port, or if your contact has a private one we can go to. Like, I need options.
The bank did say they had a private one, didn't they?
No, you haven't actually spoken with anyone from the exchange consulate yet.
Right. Sorry.
This is
a private one.
This is still at the tail end of the conversation with the boss of the Ad Astra Union.
Right. Okay. Snap decision time. So we cannot go to our original designated meeting point. If we go there, we're probably all screwed. If we go to a public one, they're going to find us. So we're all screwed. So what we've got to do is get these guys on the line to give us a private spaceport we can go to, set down, they get our stuff, and we can escape without notice.
Yep, so you better talk to those people then, says Basil.
Can do. And I'll go back into the room.
Go back into the quarters that you'd set Harriet into, and where the...
Into my quarters.
Yes.
With the keylogger computer.
Right, that whole thing.
Yeah, that's canon now.
You missed this, Digo, but apparently Joshua keeps a keylogger on his computer so he can check what his passwords are.
I never remember. I don't remember in real life half the time.
That's actually kind of a point.
That's one use of keylogger.
It's not like anyone else is using the computer.
Inspires such confidence in your crew. So, the secure link is still online, and he kind of sees you enter the room and says, "Yes, what is it?"
Great. We're gonna need a private spaceport we can land at.
And we're probably gonna want to alert the peacekeepers as well. All right.
Why do we want cops?
No cops.
Oh,
Yells from whatever room
We're
I'm
just
in.
gonna drop this cargo off and then leave. We get paid and then leave. We want as little time on this planet as we can possibly get.
well, you're going to need to spend some time to confirm your story, and ideally, we'd want someone to bring into protection so that they can, testify.
Are you kidding? We have a deadly, megavirus or whatever it is on board? We don't want to be associated with this. You can have your reporter back.
I get that, but we need to,
personally-
at the very least, there needs to be a meeting, and I'm afraid the client who's going to be footing the bill is going to insist on an in-person meeting.
Fine. All right. Fine.
So
But
if this is going to be a bit of a deal, there will be, we'll use as much discretion as we can, but, we're talking about exchanging not just a weapon, but a great deal of money and involving the law. So they need...
please, your government's been exchanging great deals of money for weapons for ages, and they've managed to keep it on the down low so far.
Karnataka is ruled by the exchange consulate. They don't just keep weapons. The peacekeepers, even they don't manage a massive fleet. It's mostly an alliance that protects this world.
Whatever. You know what? Sure. We'll do it. Fine. We'll do it your way. Can you shoot us the coordinates for a spaceport?
Just hold for a few minutes while I get that done.
Fine.
All right.
Have we been on this world before?
Well, you were on Davidham for a while, sort of working. I'll leave it up to you guys whether you've spent a significant amount of time in Sector Avalon Sigma, and whether you've been to this world in particular.
Mostly, I just want to know how effective. Like, do we know how effective this Peace Corps is? Like, are they full of corrupt guys? Are they like a full-on military force? Are they made of cheese? Maybe not the last one, but the other two are
definitely
important.
the last one.
All of the above.
Let's see.
Oh my god, a super corrupt military force made of cheese? We're off this planet.
No, we're on this planet. Because we can just eat them.
Crap, you're right. Do we have to make combat rolls for that?
For what now?
Don't
Roll
worry.
for cannibalism.
Roll initiative. It's a monster attack.
I'm sorry. You were saying, Spud?
Does anyone have Culture Traveler as a skill?
No.
No.
Nope, just Spacer.
No, that doesn't really
you can
apply
technically
here.
roll.
I have Culture Criminal, if that helps. Not that I have any points in it.
You know what? Go ahead and roll Culture Criminal.
Okay, so that's 2d6 plus my modifier plus my charisma modifier, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. No, wait, I have to choose which attribute you roll on top of the skill. That's right.
Alright, it wouldn't be charisma then. Intelligence, I guess?
Yeah, roll me Culture Criminal Intelligence.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. You know, actually, should I be rolling Culture World?
You have to take it for a specific world, and
Yeah, that's
Alright.
how that was.
Cool. Well, ignore that then. Oh, god damn it. It's been too long. Way too long. 9.
9. So you've heard from your contacts that the Karnataka police force doesn't really mess around, and that's mostly because of the massive amounts of money that are being that are changing hands at this sort of financial center of the sector. There have been a few high-profile corruption cases, but the current sort of chief of the Karnataka Peacekeepers has a reputation of doing not really having a high tolerance, but also doing it's hard to describe. Doing a bit of necessary horse trading to not make a huge public enemy out of any unsavory elements, but also kind of having a hard stance on you don't F with us, we don't F with you.
Right. So they're not a display force, but they're not going to be like raiding people's homes for no reason.
Yeah, they're pretty not like run of the mill, but they're not too hard and they're not paper thin either.
They're like white collar cops, I guess. Like they're more there to keep all the big business people honest, and they care less about the rest of us. There's
a pretty big white collar division in the Peacekeepers, yeah, but they do have a section that is kind of like a SWAT
right.
team sort of thing for any real militaristic threats.
Makes sense. Cool.
So, and
I so load. So not people we want to like punch in the face. Then
no, it's a fairly significant faction, especially since the Exchange Consulate is pacifistic. So, the banks need some kind of protection.
No, that makes sense.
So, just thinking here. So, Digo.
Yes.
Your character, Gene Cameron.
Yes.
A warrior class, security crew, background, mercenary. What would you say your character might be doing on Karnataka, which, as a location description, is a world of flying, basically, cities. The world itself has a sort of thin atmosphere and an inadmissible biosphere, but so most of the civilization and the banks and the cities and whatnot take place on flying stations with their own self-generated atmospheres, and these are fairly opulent cities as well.
All right. Well, I definitely would be looking for work. Seeing if maybe I can get on a ship, because that would be where I'm most comfortable.
All right, then. Do you have any problems working with the peacekeepers at all, do you think?
As long as they're not too pushy, I guess not.
All right. Where do you think you would be in, like, the middle of the day?
In the middle of the day?
If you do not have, like, any particular job keeping you at the moment.
Probably at a bar. Getting something to eat, something to drink. Just listening out for potential news or anything that might lead to employment.
While you're at this, while you're hanging out and drinking at this fairly well-to-do sports bar, I guess, the equivalent thereof in the year 3200, a uniformed captain of the Karnataka Peacekeepers walks in and goes directly to you and sits down at the bar beside you.
All right.
Mr. Cameron, is it? This very serious-looking young woman.
Yeah, it's Cameron.
I understand you're a mercenary who's been here for a while.
That's true.
I want to know if you've heard any rumblings about Davenham, any movement, or someone expecting a shipment of anything.
Can't really say that I have off the top of my head.
Do you have any relevant skills, do you think? I'm asking that out of character.
No. Let's see. Culture criminal?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess not really any bonuses to that. Yay.
You try to think, but you don't have any, you haven't heard any, news along those lines amongst your somewhat limited criminal contacts. Would you say that you've been, trying to stay above board during your stay here, more or less, or?
Oh, definitely.
All right, then. She sighs and gets up and says, would you be interested in a little bit of security work?
I'd be interested in a lot of security work.
It might not be for very long, but it should pay fairly well.
All right. Well, my schedule's fairly open, so I'll accept.
All right. Grab your gear and meet us at this port here within an hour.
All right. Thank you.
Very well. And she leaves. Meanwhile, back on the takeout, about 15, 20 minutes have passed since the link was suspended, the comm channel. And finally it is reopened. And once you're all back in the same room, it says, we have the port coordinates for you.
Great. Send them over.
Done.
Cool. I will reroute that to the bridge or Basil so that he can, with a message basically stating, this is where we're landing, trying to take us in quiet.
And, over like comm you hear, I'll try, boss.
Thank you. 2 minutes later, it's like a giant fireball of spaceship. It's like, God damn it.
Going in hot.
That's how we lost that last ship.
You lost the last ship through a bad warp drive.
Yeah, our last pilot sucked. I like this pilot a lot better. He hasn't killed us yet.
And he hasn't died either.
Whew, 2 out of 2. Doing well.
Already doing better than the other one.
Alright, if that's the case, I will turn back to the recording and be like, right, we'll see you then, and turn it off.
Alright, the comm link closes, and Harriet just looks very nervous and says, I hope this all goes down okay.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Already lost one friend to this. I wasn't expecting to risk my own life so soon.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you decide to go on stupid suicide missions.
Noted.
If there's nothing else, I'll look to the rest of my crew. If there's nothing else you need me for, I'll be on the bridge.
All right. So the pilot takes you down into the atmosphere of Karnataka, which is dominated by sort of cloudy orange skies. And you can see through the forward windows this golden city atop this giant floating space platform, and with these skyscrapers and verdant trees and whatnot. And your ship augers down toward below the base of the platform, weaving through all these struts and columns and whatnot, and then rising up into a docking bay, where your ship is, then secured by these structures that come out and basically catch your ship, and the bay pressurizes, and yeah, you are these these columns of uniformed peacekeepers, and will look like a few extra mercenaries as well, file into the docking bay, along with this very closely guarded man who looks like he's wearing like golden priest's robes. This very
I hate this guy already.
This aged Japanese man.
Oh, we're gonna have to kill someone today. All right. Well, if in that case, I'll raise a hand in greeting and be like,
"Well, you're not. You're still within the ship, so
right."
Stand in front of the window and
stand in front of the window, giving them the finger.
Wave completely.
If I see them boarding, yeah, I'll go down to greet them.
All right. You open the loading bay and presumably take out, roll the crate along.
Sure. Sounds like a good plan. Open crate, leg it. No.
Gene, you are among the peacekeepers and mercenaries that are here to kind of keep an eye on things, and to your job is to protect the exchange consulate banker, Mr. Takahashi.
All right.
Who is the man in the golden robes. And as the crew of the takeout and Basil and Harriet come on down the bay, the ramp, he spreads his arms out and goes, welcome to Karnataka. So glad you could come here. My, this is an excellent little ship you've got there. It looks brand new. So what's this about nanoparticles? It's very, very interesting stuff. Yes. Is this the box right here?
Yeah, this would be the box. I was told we were gonna have a sit-down discussion about payment, getting us off planet, etc., etc.
Of course. Yes, that's absolutely reasonable. Yes, that's But, I don't like to sit down and waste time. We have to go to a room, and this is private enough, right? We're surrounded by some of the best peacekeepers in the sector right here. So and I understand that your time is valuable, and so why don't we just speak about it right here, if that's all right with you? Or we can, if you respect your privacy, we can, find a room somewhere.
He is fine.
My warning lights are already going off.
Yeah, he is fine.
Where's my gun?
I'm assuming they sent out, our terms were sent to you?
I was actually given several sets of terms, because apparently you're still in the middle of haggling, but as I understand it, about triple what you're going to be paid. he laughs like it was a joke.
Still went this many upside down. Yeah.
Sure, because that would get you paid.
After getting paid, of course.
It would make me feel better. I'd get paid an emotional validation.
And then years of jail time.
Well, okay, yeah, then years of jail time. But okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, 3 times, and you guys were gonna help us disappear.
Oh yes, yeah. As far as anyone else is concerned, as the Port Authority is concerned, this bay has been closed down for emergency repairs.
Just them?
Your ship hasn't even been logged into the registry. It's amazing what the channels we have in place to make sure these things can happen discreetly if you've got the credits.
Uh-huh. Right. In that case, that's all we probably need to discuss. Where do you want your box?
Oh, just, hand it over to these wonderful men and women in uniform, and I think, they'll take it into cold storage, top secret storage. We'll also need some statements.
Why?
Why? Well, I mean, if we just show up with this box, to a jury and say, well, this was shipped here, they'll demand some proof that it was in fact shipped from Davenham, and by, some government officials will need more than just the box in existence. Otherwise,
I point to the reporter. There's your proof.
There has to be some way that we don't have to stay here longer than we want, and having to give a statement is longer than we want to stay here.
Well, that's inconvenient. I mean, despite what what has been written about me, I do believe very strongly in the journalistic integrity of the Ad Astra Union, but not everybody would take their word alone, if you understand what I'm saying.
No, I understand.
The optics are just as important as the, amount of proof. So, a quantity of evidence is just as important as the quality.
Yes, but is shoving a poor, innocent freighter captain in front of these people carrying, let's be honest, very illegal materials, going to really be better for anyone involved? Because from where I'm standing, not so much.
It also kind of gets rid of the point of disappearing if we have to be there.
Well, I mean, we need something. After all, you've, basically admitting to smuggling dangerous weaponry. I mean, we need some kind of bargain to, trust you enough to set you free instead of keeping a close eye on potential criminals, right?
Yeah, the bargain was we give you the box, you give us the money, and then we leave. It's a really simple negotiation.
The bargain up to this point has been we provide a safe meeting ground, and neither party immediately shoots the other. In terms of how we part is, is understandably, the next thing to talk about. And
but I think
honestly, the money is not the object. I can 60,000 credits is more than fine for a material of this rarity and magnitude. It is but in the interests of building a case for sanctions against the Port of Davenham, that and the investigation into them, that is of great, terrible significance, and we will need more than just the materials and the word of a reporter. We'll need at least something else.
Such as... you don't need us to stand up in, a witness box or anything, right?
Well, the ideal would be a person with experience with, the circumstances of this operation willing to testify.
Come on, Brain. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Fuck it. We could sell you up.
You cut out for a second there.
Just
So you are
imagine that's
pirate.
covering his mouth. No. No. We just got one.
We just got this one.
Can we
Right,
have
I
it
can
at
sell you
least
our medic. We don't
more
need that.
Oh, I see
Hi,
how it
Talia. We
is.
love you.
Don't worry, we'll come back for you in 4 to 7 years, maybe, if we remember.
You'll be immortalized. We'll name the entire medical bay after you.
The entire medical bay is already named after me. I'm the only one there.
So there's no issue.
This is brilliant.
Someone didn't get it through their head that they pirate captain. No, okay, but in all seriousness,
Actually,
none of us are gonna get
Basil-
up on a witness stand.
Basil actually raises his hand and says, I've worked with
No.
these people quite a bit, actually. And if you've got a protection program or something like that, I could do that.
God damn it, we're gonna lose our pilot again.
So if you chuck in another $2,000, we'll totally sell you our pilot.
Up and up to 6
Whoa,
times. and you
whoa.
can
$2
have
grand?
the pilot.
Excuse me? Says Basil.
Okay, fine.
worth more
2.5.
than
Jeez, drama queen.
6 times payout and you get the whole crew.
Screw you. 6 times payout and they get you.
I'm okay with that, but
Mr.
it's all my money.
Mr. Takahashi looks among you and says, "Oh, wait. Who's the one in charge here?"
Me.
Technically him.
Well, then
His
I'd
name-
suggest you exercise some authority over your crew, then, Captain.
He has
He
no
can
authority
try.
over us.
He
I
can
don't-
try.
I'm gonna turn to Aria and Talia and just be like, right, you two, shut the hell up. You want the pilot? Simple. Chuck another 10 grand onto our asking price, and everything will be fine.
Whoa,
You get your-
$5 grand. You started
Ten.
with 2.5. Now you're jumping up 10. Excuse me.
He's a really good drinking buddy, and I forgot because I was drunk.
Honestly, it's not even the amount that offends me in this situation. It's the rapid rise in. It's like you don't even know how to haggle with a businessman.
They don't.
You would be surprised at how often just jumping ridiculous prices works on some planets. It's
Well,
it's crazy.
Well, not.
But no, I'm happy. I'm happy with 5. To be
We'll
honest,
take
like if you want to
5.
go for 5, I'm happy with 5.
All right. Then in total for a cooperating witness and the crate and at least enough secrecy that this event did not happen, and you will be free to leave without it being on record as soon as you find another pilot, I guess.
Oh yeah, can you chuck in a pilot?
I'm afraid not. But for all that, 65,000 credits.
That works.
Yeah, that can buy me an airlock. Heck yeah.
He only wants the airlock.
Oh no, sorry. Actually, that's way. Yeah, no, absolutely. 65. Yeah, 65k worth of credits. Absolutely done.
Sorted.
Basil sighs and says, "Great. Time for a few years of living under a different name and eating cold takeout."
Hey,
You can't
if
eat
it
the
makes
ship.
if it makes you feel any better, you are a really great pilot, and we're glad to have known you.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
it makes me feel great, a great deal better. A person who immediately sold me out.
You're welcome.
To be fair, he didn't sell you out, she did.
Actually,
I mean,
no,
let's
totally
face
suggested
it.
first.
The
He offered himself.
the Davenham Council's full of dicks. I mean, I'm going willingly, but yeah, I'm not in a hurry to fly for you guys again. I'll be honest.
I'd be disappointed by that, but I'm not. So have a good life, I guess.
Sure, we'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah,
If you
good luck.
take the crate with
And you
that'd
guys
be
too.
great.
Now that you're stuck here for a little while.
Oh, yeah, that went last, I'm sure. We have 65k with the credits. It'll be simple. We're like loaded.
Simple.
We'll
somewhat.
find a pilot,
Simple.
probably.
If not,
Maybe.
we'll just find another one in a really desperate situation and just keep selling them until we make enough to buy a good one. Life goals.
The peacekeepers very quickly and carefully inspect the crate, confirm that it does seem to be what you declared it to be, and seal it up, mark it with some manner of police tape, marking it as evidence, cover it, and carry it out on a floating cart. And Mr. Takahashi bows and says, "Pleasure doing business. And he hands you little like credit shit with like kind of like a USB thing with
Yeah. I know what you mean. Also, I just realized we didn't sell the reporter for nearly as much as we should have. I need to get more experience in hostage negotiations.
The Harriet just as the peacekeeper's leaving, Harriet goes with them, and just the last contact you see from her is just her looking back over her shoulder and shooting a withering glare in your direction.
I give her a really nice, cheery wave.
Bye.
Bye-bye. If you show up on our ship again, I will shoot you.
She's out of earshot.
Implied.
It's fine.
I look over. Yeah, we're not wasting a bullet on her.
It's not bullets.
Bullets are expensive.
But not if it's an energy weapon.
Which it is.
I think that's still expensive.
My gun, my rules.
My ship, shut up.
My campaign.
Damn it.
She's got us paid.
Wait, you're paying me crap.
Yes!
Oh,
My campaign.
One up to you.
I am the god here. No. Well, I mean, yes, but not relevant.
No, wait, you're paying me to run the game for you. Haha.
Yes, but you're still getting paid by me.
That's true. All right, so and Jean, the captain, kind of nods at you, says thank you for your service. Hands you a sort of standard payout for 1 day of bodyguarding a high-profile client, and
yay.
After taking you and some of the other mercs aside for a debriefing, sends you on your merry way.
Alrighty.
Wait, do they do the debriefing in the spaceport?
In a separate, room of the spaceport.
Security.
Yeah, in a conference room somewhere else, not too far away from the port you're at.
Dago, what's your character's name again?
Gene
Cameron.
Gene Cameron. That's a really cool name, actually. I really like that. Do we see Gene leaving?
Yeah.
What does your character look like in terms of like clothing?
I'll just say like a.
This is you and your battle equipment and whatnot as well.
When you're on duty.
It would be he'd be wearing his armor. A thing. Yes.
Do you?
The woven body armor. So.
Ooh, that's cool.
Probably that, his slacks, boots, small backpack with his equipment attached off it.
Do you look vaguely like mercenary-ish?
He definitely looks
mercenary-ish.
Yeah.
Cool. In which case, I'll yell out to try and get his attention. Be like, oi, bodyguard.
Oi, yo.
I'll stop, turn around, look.
You native?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Good enough. You know any pilots?
No, not off the top of my head, sorry.
Well, there goes that plot point. He's out of the game. All right.
You fly.
Do you know, like...
I'm sorry. You've been inconvenienced off the island.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for pilots, you probably want to check maybe a bar. I know a good one.
Yeah, fuck it. I could use a drink.
There you go. So, I mean, if
it's now sort of in the late afternoon, early evening local time.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Damn straight.
All right, I'll lead them to the bar that I was at before, and
it's happy hour somewhere in the galaxy.
So, on the completion of a job well done, not quite the job you intended to do, but a job.
Yeah.
Technically, we achieved something.
We did something. That's all.
illegal
took
smuggling
something-
and people trafficking.
We took something somewhere and got paid for it.
65k, so much money. I can buy ship stuff and better crew. I mean, ship stuff.
Excuse you.
The problem is that you don't have any remaining. Your ship, as it is, doesn't have any remaining power, mass, or enough, power or mass to. You'd have to take off one of the fittings to make room for anything else. At the moment,
Oh wait, we have a
in terms of
ship, don't we?
in terms
never
of
mind.
in terms
I
of
already know.
customized fittings, your ship's currently at capacity. You can, with some time and money, kind of sell and swap out, but it'll take some time engineering.
I don't even know what would take out. Like, what's even taking up space? Ugh. God. Why is ship so difficult?
Because
Problem is we can't
this
really take
game
anything
likes
off.
You're
complications.
not wrong. I have to admit, I do enjoy this system. It's a lot of fun to play in, but there are bits of it where I'm like, this seems like unnecessary bookkeeping.
There's
I
definitely...
don't think we can actually take anything off. Everything we have, we kind of need.
So let's look at the Starship fittings table, and you're thinking about adding boarding tubes. Is that right?
Which is only one mass.
So you need you just need to free up some free mass. As a matter of fact, all you'd have to do, let's see, and the cost would be its base cost is 5k, but for a frigate you multiply that cost by 10, so it'd be 50k. All you'd have to do is trade out some of your cargo space, about 20 tons of pressurized cargo space, and you could install some boarding tubes where that free mass was.
Could do that.
Your
So how much is that gonna-
your cargo capacity would drop from 60 tons to 40 tons, but
It's not a huge loss.
yeah, especially since you're not really freighting anything yet.
I mean, boarding tubes are only 5k, which puts us down to 60.
No, 50k. You're a frigate, not a fighter.
Yeah.
So the actual cost of the boarding tubes would be 50k since you multiplied by 10
Oh.
Hang on, why are we multiplying stuff by 10?
on the table for Starship
It says
fittings.
multiply cost by 10 for frigates, 25 for cruisers, and 100 for capital ships. It's what the asterisk is.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wah, wah, wah.
Shit. Alright. I completely missed that table. My bad.
It's alright. It's at the bottom and it's really small.
Because that makes total sense.
It does for, if you start with the hulls,
Yeah, I mean, it does, but it's...
different classes of starships need more of a thing than a smaller class does. Like for, med bay and storage and, these things have to scale up somehow. They can't all cost the same amount for different classes of starships.
Yeah, it does make sense.
And, you're also not, trying to stock a capital ship anyway. So you're not trying to pay like 100 times the cost. You're just trying to stock a frigate, which is 10 times the cost of a fighter, which is like a,
Wait, I thought we were a free merchant ship.
yeah. So which is a frigate
frigate
class.
Okay, right. Okay,
Even though I think there is a frigate.
Yeah, it threw me off because there's a frigate hull, and I'm
That
like,
should
wait.
not exist.
Yeah, there's a
Really
fighter class fighter, there's a frigate class frigate, and there's a cruiser class cruiser. So yeah, it's a bit confusing there, but they just break down into 4 classes of ship, and the hulls are sort of customizations of those classes.
Right.
And so for
I'd
a small
have to sit down
crew, of your size, a free merchant vessel was sort of, in terms of crew and power, it was kind of a cheap middle ground. This is I had to sit down and cross reference all of these tables for you guys.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that wouldn't have been fun. Yeah, Yeah, all right. I'm going to take your word for it. I'd have to sit down and actually read it to figure out how it all works.
I can walk you through it sometime.
Yeah. The whole thing, yeah. Nah. Anyway, back to the game before we start getting bogged down by exactly how starships work.
So do you want to look into modifying the ship? Since this
we
is
can
gonna,
only
this is kind of
afford
a.
one thing. That's it.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the problem.
Your ship's got plenty of basic stuff, especially for exploration.
Yeah, I mean, we can add to it. We can add to it over time, and if we're doing FTL jumps for the most part, anyway.
I mean, if you get paid enough, like in the millions, you can upgrade to a larger ship.
That is true.
Although then you'd start to have to worry about hiring enough people to man it.
Just get a patrol boat with ship bays. And just get like 4 fighters. It's fine.
Wait, the easiest way of getting a cooler ship? Stealing it off somebody else.
Yeah, but we still have to pay for it.
Crap.
Yeah, that's the thing. These things take money to run. As it is, you're going to be paying about $400 just for refueling.
How about we don't do anything right now because we can't do shit without a pilot, and we might have to bribe someone.
You know what we actually need to get?
More money?
Well, yes, but apart from that, you know what we actually do need to put on our ship?
My own ship?
A competent captain.
No.
Keep going.
Well, okay, fine. I was going to suggest we actually buy lifeboats, but apparently everyone wants to die. So, y'all, no lifeboats for you.
Well, if I have my own ship, then I don't need the lifeboat now, do I?
If
but yes,
you can afford
lifeboats
your
are
own
important.
ship for what I'm paying you, good goddamn luck. Exactly. That's my point.
Anyway,
I'm imagining that this whole argument is taking place at the bar.
Yep.
I
I'm just
really
watching
want it to be.
As is all of our arguments.
All
They
right.
all
If
take
we're in the
place in
bar-
character.
If we're in the bar, I turn away from these 2 idiots and
wow,
bodyguard.
rude.
I am rude. Deal with it. And I'll turn around and be like, "Hey, anyone here, pilot, looking for work that isn't gonna kill us all?"
You see a couple of arms, like at first start to raise and then lower when you bring up the second clause. Like one of them not human either.
Oh, sweet. What race is that?
I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna say that Gene knows. They're not terribly common on Karnataka, but one of the people in the bar is sort of a giant humanoid mantis known as a Mantodian.
He's cool.
So like a giant praying mantis?
Yeah.
Kill it.
You're not killing the mantis. God damn it.
Antonio.
I'd like to see you try.
It's a bug. Kill it.
Actually, can we watch her fight the Mantonian?
They're
No, we're not rolling for
We
combat.
just need to get them both drunk enough.
Bugs don't get drunk.
Called your mom an asshole.
they're not really known for their understanding nature. Quite the opposite, really.
I definitely do not yell that out then.
Yeah, I don't think that's the right crew for you.
No.
Take the killer mantis.
Ow.
Okay, apparently I need to either find another bar or severely lower my standards.
Just get a dinky pilot and let's go to a real planet.
We are literally on the banking capital of the system. What do you count as a real planet?
This is about as real as it gets.
Giant praying mantis?
This isn't even the homeworld of the giant praying mantises.
Clearly, we have to go to the home world. That's a real planet.
I look around. Are there cameras? Am I being punked here?
Yes,
I
this
think
is
I'm
your.
drunk.
Yeah,
It's like, no, this is just your life now.
this is just, a typical day with us.
Someone take my booze.
You might try, starting a conversation with the mercenary you've invited to drink with you, I guess.
But he's not a pilot.
All right. Hey,
but he looks like a more capable fighter than the rest of you. He looks like a more capable fighter than the rest of you is the more key point.
Fine. Fine. I'll be nice to the other player. No. All right. So I'll look over at Jean and be like, "So you got a job?"
I'm in between them at the moment. Unless you know someone who could use a good bodyguard, or perhaps a security personnel.
You worked on ships before?
Plenty of ships.
Great. You're hired at my standard rate.
What's your standard rate?
0.
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Because he hasn't paid either of us yet.
We'll let you know when he tells us.
I pay you in experience.
Oh, God.
Experience doesn't pay the bills.
No, but I do.
No, you don't.
I do when we're not poor, which we're not currently. So there you go.
I mean,
Get in line. I want to do
my job.
Cousin.
I mean, how about a share of, loot that you find, like the 65k payout?
You won't give that.
You get a room and free healthcare. That's about it.
You have the healthcare from you.
You get free healthcare. You get to explore new worlds.
You're
you get
bringing
to
the healthcare.
I am the healthcare.
Exactly.
You're bringing your own healthcare. There's healthcare, but you have to bring it yourself.
How about you get 20%, but that money usually goes to costs for the ship, so you don't really get anything.
You get whatever you can sneak past this guy.
Look, basically how I do it is we pay off all expenses, ship maintenance, restocking food, etc., and then you guys get a percentage of whatever's left over.
So 10 credits.
Seems
Pretty
standard.
much.
I mean, not the 10 credits standard, but I mean the percentage after expenses standard.
Why not let the ship get a share after maintenance? Treat them like a player, suggests Codeman from Beyond.
We're not paying the ship.
The ship gets 100%.
I mean,
of it because
I get the idea, though. It's like you have
the ship gets like 90% of it in maintenance.
We pay the ship in fuel and maintenance.
Maintenance, I mean, compared to the payout you just got, the operating cost, like the maintenance cost, which is like a every 6 months sort of thing. That's significant, but the operating cost for, between refuelings is just, like a few hundred every time you dock, like now.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what Codeman's saying, that for like you kind of keep a savings account specifically for, the ship maintenance and upgrades. And so you treat that like a share for ship maintenance and operating costs, of the stuff that you find, and then you treat that like an equal share, and then give everyone else an equal share of the rest of it.
Yeah, that seems legit.
Hey.
So someone need to keep track of the, ship account.
Oh god. Right. Cool.
So it sounds like you need a little help getting a pilot.
You need an accountant.
Yeah, I also need an accountant because God, I cannot math this shit.
Well, guess what planet you're on that has plenty of those.
If we can get a pilot who's also an accountant, that'd be great.
Out of character, I have business as a skill.
Oh, hey,
cool.
Digo's
There we
hired.
go.
From
Congratulations.
beyond the fourth wall.
You're hired.
Congratulations, you're the accountant.
So yeah, we got what You got 65,000, not 6,500, right?
Yeah, 65k is the total payout for this job.
Right. So we'd have essentially 64.
So okay, for refueling and resupply, subtract, let's see, 400 plus 20 per person per day, about 6 days. I'm gonna just say subtract 500 from that for operating costs.
There you go, math, go.
So
right.
64,500 is
Right.
what you got left over. I'm good at math.
Someone is, and it's not me.
It's not me either.
All right, so yeah, we've got 64,500. Split between however many of us there are.
3.
4 if Dio's joining.
You may want to include an extra to hire a pilot.
That's why I'm saying don't touch the money until we get a pilot.
Yeah, fine. So
a signing bonus.
Yeah, see?
Great. Anyway, now that you're hired, do you know any better places to find a pilot? Like less crappy pilots?
I can see what we can do here.
Well, maybe I'll find a pilot.
What kind of skill check would that be?
Let's see. Skills. I mean, unfortunately, it would be kind of culture world. And it would have to be specifically Karnataka. Not really like a search skill or anything like that.
Can I roll culture criminal to see if I know anyone who's in a desperate situation to get off world? It worked
Can we
last
just do
time.
a general wisdom?
No, it didn't.
It actually didn't work last
I
time.
had to save
It
the
totally.
day.
Oh wait, no, it totally didn't.
The medic
Can we
came
just
in
do a
and saved the day.
Oh right, yeah. Let's have the medic do a medical check to find.
Okay, I'll do it again. Why not?
Hi!
You just go around to the infirmaries and ask, like, hey,
No, I'm just going to go around the bar and ask people.
Oh wait, didn't we use Culture Spacer last time?
Yes.
oh, wait a minute.
Can't we just do that now?
That's actually, yeah, if you're trying to search for someone who is an interstellar spacefarer pilot, yeah. Culture Spacer is absolutely relevant for that. And it'll be Culture Spacer attribute, I'm gonna say charisma.
Eee.
Since you can probably find plenty of pilots, convincing them to, consider your offer is gonna be another thing. Pardon?
Remember that time where I said that one roll I did was going to be the best thing I did all session? It was right.
It's a 7. It's a 9.
If you don't have a stat in that skill, it just becomes a -1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And it's charisma. Sorry, my brain's not.
And you
going
have a
well.
1, so that kind of cancels it out, right?
No, because I've got 2 in charisma, so I essentially get a +1.
So you have a 1.
4.
Ah, I did better than you!
You're
I am
drunk.
literally the worst at finding pilots.
You're drunk.
That is just not my forte.
That is also true. It's now later in the evening and you're drunk.
But you're good
Hey!
at finding
You're good at finding the
bodyguard
floor.
who can find the pilot for you.
Exactly. I rely on my excellent. Wow, I am drunk.
Wow.
Oh, hello, Floor. How are you doing?
Well, Digo, you do know of a bar where closer to the port where more spacers hang out, and you kind of lead the group in that general direction while Joshua basically asks whoever passes by in a drunken stupor, like, hey, are you pilot? You
Drag
free?
him on the floor.
Are you a pilot?
I volunteer to do that.
What are you volunteering to do? I missed that.
Drag you along the floor.
God damn it! I can walk. I'm not that drunk.
She kind of slings your arm over her shoulder, and you kind of drag your heels a bit.
I'm just making sure you don't wander off.
Just stay with the group and don't throw up on anyone important. That's all I ask of you today.
Basically. I better get more pay because you're making me mom you while you're drunk.
Shut up. You get paid plenty.
Yeah, sure. Double right.
Yeah, that's damn straight.
Yes.
No, shut up.
Would everyone roll me perception wisdom?
I'm assuming I take negatives to that.
Yep. Negative.
I have a 2 in wisdom.
I'm not going to apply any penalties for the situation.
Cool, because I roll with a 0, so it's all good. Woo!
Hey! What the fuck? I hate this so much.
Get on my level.
I hate this so much. We called the same thing.
He's at that point where he's so drunk.
He's writing the Balmer curve.
Yeah,
he's hyper aware because he's so drunk.
He's so drunk. He's hyper aware.
It's tunnel vision, but it's hyper focused tunnel vision.
Cool. What did I find?
You're being followed.
Great.
Hey, space lady.
What?
Guy back there is following us. Seeing an asshole. You should shoot him.
Well, I feel like I should have noticed too because I
Ceres also noticed with much less pinpoint accuracy, but much less effort too.
Hand is on the blaster.
You're on a public street.
I don't care.
I'm drunk, so I also don't care.
Would anyone like to care for these poor souls?
Yo,
I'll do it.
Well, can I at least just try and get Talia's attention? But my hand is still going on the gun.
Yes.
There's my carry.
All right. Well, you putting your hand on your holster does tip them off, and your tail surreptitiously heads down just a different street and away from you guys.
Can't believe we're being followed. Got paid, got drunk. Now people are following us. Assholes. This world sucks. Everyone in this world is awful.
Well,
Are we there yet?
You shortly after arrive at the bar.
And he smells.
So anyway, so Gene with his earlier decent role of culture spacer, asks around on your behalf because Captain is in no shape too at the moment.
Don't ask the captain anything.
Delegating.
Ask me everything. I'm great. Yeah, pretty loud.
First go through the mercenary, then go through the healer, then go through me, and then you can talk to him. Hopefully by then he's sober.
Hopefully by then you would have got your answer.
And
if you didn't, I feel bad for you.
Everyone currently in the bar, everyone who's skilled with navigation and computers and whatnot, already has a crew or a job that they that they're beholden to. But because generally Gene is a sort of known quantity in the bar scene, he's got enough pull that someone recommends, hey, I know a guy who doesn't have anyone to fly with right now. He's not here right now, but I could point you towards his place if you like.
Sure. You got a name?
Yeah, Finn Halberd.
All right, sounds like a winner.
Dogs.
What?
He's drunk. Don't.
Winner, not wiener.
That would have been a completely different joke.
So I will tell this information to the captain.
Why?
Or one of the other people because he's drunk and won't understand what you're saying.
Fine. If you tell me, my response is going to be like, onwards to the space driver.
Oh God, we're gonna die.
You have
the space
no
driver.
confidence in me.
The space driver.
Nope, none at all. That's why I'm here.
That's really confusing and makes you. I don't know where I was going with that, but you're dumb.
Fine, whatever. Let's go. You're drunk.
Yeah.
Let's just get this over with so we can leave.
Just get this over with so you can be sober.
Oh, that's my secret, Cap. I am never sober.
All right, Captain Jack.
All right then. So you're given an address, and it's on like the other side of the flying city, but it's an address. You take the sort of skycab system.
God damn it! That sounds expensive.
It's negligible cost. And you fly over with a beautiful view of the city and the setting sun. The city's all, darkening setting up for its nightlife. And you head down the now darkened streets of Karnataka. Sorry, I gotta take a drink.
That's not a good idea. I know. I was there.
Captain, you're taking a shower when we get back to the ship.
There are too many ways I can answer that it's going to get Spud stream not PG.
Just don't answer it then.
Yeah, let's not.
Just mumble and say that no one can understand you. Because I can't.
We are the best crew, guys. You should have more confidence in us.
Nope.
You head into kind of a somewhat less well-to-do sort of housing complex. You know, still fancy looking like the rest of the city, but kind of less well maintained. You know, kind of like a motel sort of thing, or the equivalent thereof in, you know, deep urban area. And you spot the door to what you were told was Finn Halbert's apartment a few levels above you. You're currently in kind of a open clearing. There's some stairs leading up to various levels of the complex. Except that you remember that you had been followed before, and you hear sort of back the way you came, back on the quiet nighttime streets, sort of echoing and footsteps.
I'm not going to be allowed to shoot at the wall, am I?
No.
Are there doorbells?
Yeah, there's you know, doors have buttons beside them where you can use to signal.
Doors
Great.
have buttons?
Gene, did you tell me the number?
Yeah.
Do I remember the number?
No.
Well, at least that's the definitive answer.
She's
Do
on
either
her.
of us know the number?
Alright, if we're just gonna pretend that I still remember what the hell the number was, I'm gonna press it.
Well, you
I'm
have
gonna press it several times.
you have to climb up the stairs to get to that door.
Fine. Alright. I stagger up the steps.
You're being carried.
On my own free will.
From the pathway behind you, the footsteps get closer and closer. From back the way you came.
I'll stick to the back of the group.
My patience is slowly dwindling.
Alright, I'm gonna whisper to Avis's character. I hit the doorbell, and then you're gonna turn. Like, can we all hear the footsteps? Just to clarify.
Well, if it's
Some
echoing.
more clearly than others, but yeah, the acoustics of the road and the pathway that led to this complex kind of amplify it a bit.
One thing we know is that they're
they might
terrible
be
at stealth.
They might be a bit, yeah, they are actually, but they are some distance away. They might be, or you know, maybe right on top of you guys.
Alright. Serene,
Look up to the
this is
ceiling!
Serene, shut up. This is how we're gonna play this. I'm gonna press the doorbell, and then you're gonna prop me up against the door, and then you're gonna turn around and
I'm gonna leave you?
shoot
Great,
them
thanks.
in the face.
Even
Shoot
better.
them damn in the face.
We're not shooting the pilot in the face.
Not the pilot, you butt.
There's no pilot.
Shut up. Just
Not
do what I
yet.
tell you to do.
Aye, aye.
And then I'm gonna press the doorbell half a dozen times.
I swear, if it's the news lady again, I am gonna shoot her. I told her not to.
Look,
I was
she's not
thinking-
coming to us. We're going to her.
Yeah,
In a
that's
less
true. And we'd be paying her, she wouldn't be stowing away.
In a slightly less shooty idea, the stairs going up to the next floor, I was thinking of standing just around the corner so that as soon as someone comes up the stairs, I could try to grab them in a headlock or something.
Well, Avis shoots them in the face. I like your thinking.
Well,
I'm not gonna shoot until I get answers.
from
The gun is still coming out, though.
from the third floor overlook, looking down into the clearing. You guys see several. Let's see. Sorry, gotta go to thing. Okay, see several men wearing what looked like sort of lightly armored jumpsuits, and with at their hips semi-auto pistols, and they're
Rest
sort
in
of
peace of us.
they're kind of skulking around. I would like everybody to roll stealth dexterity.
Oh, goody.
That sounds like an awful idea that no one can do. Oh no, wait, I get a +1 in that. Never mind, everything's great.
No, everything's not great.
This is gonna suck.
This is gonna suck real bad.
Get on my level!
This is gonna suck real bad.
For everybody else.
It's gonna suck real bad.
Wow.
Oh, how the drunk guy is just like, in the bush!
The drunk guy just falls over and he's invisible.
No, we just drop him in the bush and say, "Be quiet."
You're up on the 3rd floor. There are no bushes.
We throw him off the balcony.
There's a bush now. We just throw him up the balcony.
I just drop below the balcony. The rest
Is
of them
there
are
an
standing there
airbag?
being
We
like,
hide him in that.
fine.
We're just hanging out the window by his feet.
It's not gonna help. Shut up.
Anyway,
So to sort of establish sort of the timeline of what happens, let's see. Saris is carrying Joshua up to
that's probably why I did so bad.
up to the door. He pushes the doorbell like half a dozen times. The windows are covered in dark. You don't see anyone inside. But you ring the doorbell crap ton more times than necessary anyway. And Theo, just as you notice these men come into the clearing on the ground floor, and you kind of try to duck behind something, but a little bit too late. Talia manages to sort of tuck behind the sort of wall of the railing on the overlook just fine. When Joshua sees people ducking, he just sort of slumps out of Cerez.
Slide down the door into a sitting position.
Yeah, slumps out of Sarah's arms and quietly.
Me, and that's why I can't.
And Sarah's is sort of like in trying to catch him, kind of makes a bit more noise. And so the 3 men down on the floor kind of look to each other. One of them points up to the balcony, and one of them points towards the stairwell where Jean was standing. And they sort of slowly advance. Two of them towards the stairwell, one of them kind of keeping an eye on both the path out and kind of up at the balcony.
Quick out of character question: who he has actually is armed currently? Because I know I wouldn't be.
I have a knife. I always have a knife.
I have fists.
Trusty thermal pistol.
Okay, right. So 2 of us are actually armed, and one of us can punch people to death. This should be great. I carry a bow and arrow. I'm not going to take that out in public. People are going to stab me.
You're drunk.
It's a knife. It's
Also
more,
that.
It's more just kind of a glorified scalpel.
Is the door locked?
You test it, and door swings open.
Okay, we're going in, closing the door.
I fall in backwards.
Oh, joy.
Digo, they're advancing kind of slowly, so you are free to try and move up ahead of them. The stairwell kind of doubles back and forth, and you can kind of try to move without being seen or noticed.
Okay, I will try that. Does it need another stealth?
Yeah, stealth dex.
Hey, a little bit better.
Hey.
And rolling for them. They are not terribly perceptive. So you manage to creep up the stairs and towards the door that you noticed without them following your movements, and creep inside with the rest of them.
Okay. Sounds good.
I heard you right when you said that there was like a window, right?
Yeah, it was dark and covered. The living room inside is dark and
so it's kind of looking out to the doorway.
Yeah.
Or outside. Okay. I am setting up right there. We are not turning those lights on.
Yeah.
Can I go to the kitchen?
As long
you
as
may.
you don't turn the lights on.
Why would I need lights? No. Shut up. If I can go to the kitchen and I know we're getting followed, I'm gonna go try and find the biggest kitchen knife I can find. Space knives.
I can't.
Do they have one of those cool, like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy knives that toasts bread while it cuts it?
It just seems to be a pretty standard post-tech kitchen. It's like it's got some fine cutlery and whatnot, but it's for this era in terms of strength and penetration pretty average, and the kitchen's not terribly well stocked either. The occupant needs to probably buy some groceries pretty soon.
What's in the fridge?
Like,
jeez,
nothing.
A jug of milk and some old vegetables.
Is the milk in date?
No. You're going to drink it anyway.
Give it a sniff.
I sniffed the milk.
It seems fresh enough.
Great. Alright, well, I'll take my milk and my kitchen knife.
I can't.
We just have a drunk space captain standing by the doorway with a knife in one hand.
Push it into his body so he doesn't get hurt.
So yeah,
it's the weirdest sword and board combo I've ever seen.
So yeah, I'll take my knife and my milk, and this is the house of the guy we were trying to find, right?
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna see if I can locate the bedroom and find that guy.
I'm gonna make sure the door's locked, and then
I'm not exactly sure what that guy is gonna think if you barge into his room holding a knife and a pint of milk.
Jean, stay by the door. I'm just gonna watch from the window.
Everyone else is like, wouldn't it be tactically sound? I have milk, everything is fine.
Protect the milk!
I can't. I really can't. Anyway!
Stars without number.
I'm gonna have to keep paying you to keep this campaign going. I'm having way too much fun with this character.
I think now it's cows without number.
It's only cows without number if we go to a planet with the cheese people.
Cows with guns.
There is no cow planet.
Oy vey.
Anyway.
So,
bad people on the stairs.
So where were we? Those of you staying by the door and the windows, you hear the footsteps of the mystery assailants sort of creeping by, checking through the windows, kind of peering through past the curtains. But it's dark inside, and they don't seem to remember exactly which door they briefly spotted you in front of. They try the doorknob. You hear the shuffling as one of them seems to get down on one knee, and you hear some fiddling with the lock from the outside.
Okay, I'm going to hold it locked on my end.
I smell a strength roll.
It's a sort of hybrid mechanical electronic lock. Do you have any skill in security?
Let me see. Security. I was hired for something like that, wasn't I?
I do in computer.
Yeah, I have something of a skill in security.
That works. Let's see. What attribute do you think would apply for this? Strength or maybe dexterity? Like, what would work best for you? And how would you justify it?
Let's see. Some kind of electronic lock. I mean, I don't know, maybe if there's
Intelligence.
a mechanism I can just kind of hold it jammed or something.
Strength then?
We can strength it, yeah.
All right, give me a security strength.
Yay. Hey, yay.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
The lock stubbornly remains shut, and there is some murmuring, some whispering from outside that you can hear. What's making it take so long? I don't know. Maybe they upgraded the locks or something. Look, crap, someone's coming. Let's go. And you hear shuffling from outside, and the men seem to get up and hurry further down the hall, away from the door.
I was about ready to throw a toaster at someone. I'm hiding in the kitchen, and I have telekinesis. I am surrounded by
Is there a
weapons.
toaster? The real questions we need to ask. Is there a toaster?
Yeah, there's a toaster.
There you go.
You threw me a spoon, Morty. The one item on that table that's least likely to kill someone.
All right. So, Joshua, you said you were going to head towards the bedroom or something?
Yes, I wanted to go see if I could find out.
Of milk.
With my knife and my pint of milk.
While the whole lock thing is going on,
Yeah, I trust my crew to deal with that.
yeah, just
I'm drunk enough to trust my crew to deal with that.
well, I earned my pay today. Thanks, Gene.
Time for overtime.
Joshua stumbles into the bedroom and finds that it is dark and empty.
How many rooms are in this place?
Well, the kitchen and the living room and the dining room are all kind of one homogeneous, angular space. But besides that, there's the bathroom and two bedrooms. One sort of larger family bedroom and one sort of smaller personal bedroom.
I'll check the other bedroom.
That one is also unoccupied. It's actually bare and empty.
I'll check the bathroom.
It is empty and a utter mess, actually.
Alright, I'll go back to the living room then. Oi, crew. Guy,
Yeah, Cap.
shut up. The guy isn't here.
Okay. Well, the other guys seem to have wandered off for now.
I don't think they'll leave us alone for that long. They'll be back.
Well, you just
Well-
lay here then.
Yeah, fine. Waiting here sounds great. You lot can have the small bedroom. I'm gonna go to bed.
Don't fall
And
on
I'm
your
gonna-
knife.
I'm gonna go
Hold
to
the milk.
bed, and I'm gonna put my knife and my milk on the bedside table and go to sleep.
Does the captain do this often?
Yes.
No hesitation.
No hesitation and completely simultaneous.
Usually there's less milk.
And less knives. Actually, no, that's a lie. More knives. More knives, less milk, more booze.
Gotcha. Okay.
Get used to it.
Okay, if these guys aren't complete morons, they may have somebody posted outside just to watch to see if we come out of a room.
Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. I'm just gonna go to this guy's kitchen and make myself a snack while we wait.
Talia,
With
can you
what?
make
There was
me a
nothing.
sandwich
There was
too?
nothing.
I'm staying by the window.
Milk in the fridge, and I took the milk.
So here's the pickle that I'm in, out of character. You're currently in the apartment of Codeman's character, and he's still not. This was kind of a gambit to try and buy time until he had at least a little bit of time available to maybe join in towards the end. But looks like it's still not going to be yet for a while.
Time for combat.
I'm passed out. You guys have fun with that. Wake up! My entire crew is dead.
And they
This is
stole
that-
the milk.
It's like, oh my god, this is that Tuesday all over again.
I think I'm kind of at the end of my rope for today.
So you want to call it?
It's been a couple hours, and it's been a little bit eventful. But I kind of want the next scene to be when Codeman comes in, preferably to the comedy of a bunch of strangers in his apartment.
A bunch of strangers raiding his kitchen.
What we do is we raid his medicine cabinet, get a red pill and a blue pill.
And just reenact the Matrix.
Or just get 2 pills and some paint.
Ugh.
Get some.
No, you do not put paint on gel caps. No. Yeah, this is.
No, you just get 2 pills and just be like, well, this one is for space malaria, and we're not sure what this one's for, but the doctor says it's necessary.
No, just get 2 space vitamins. 1 in lemon and 1 in cherry.
Space vitamins. In space.
Everything is space.
God damn it, Morty, you can't just put a scientific word in front of a car word and hope that it works.
Shit.
But yeah, if you want to call it Spud, we can call it. I mean, it's been, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it's been about 2 hours, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
7% chance Codeman's PC calls the cops on us. That's pretty good. Those are pretty good odds.
He's just gonna come home with some groceries and find the guy passed out in his bed. Someone raiding his fridge, and 2 other people standing by the door ready to beat his ass in.
He just walks in, like Gene just punches him unconscious.
Oh shit, I think that's the guy that lives here.
So
I got one.
Yeah.
Codeman's
So
gonna have a great introduction.
So yeah, Codeman's pilot character will be the focus of, I think, next session when he is available. Hopefully, we've got to nail down our logistics for next time.
That's cool.
So yeah, I think that'll do it for session 2. We went to a new planet. You got paid.
Captain got drunk.
Captain drunk. You avoided combat.
Next time on Stars Without Number.
I wake up and everything goes back to being shit.
Chaos.
How long can we go with avoiding combat?
In this system, it might actually be justified, though.
Yeah,
like in freaking Ponytails, you guys were, the party was all demigods who had no real reason to be avoiding combat, but in Stars Without Number, everyone's a lot more fragile, and discretion is the better part of valor.
Ponytails was great. It was like I just healed off everyone. It was great. Took your milk. No one explained that.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this session. Unfortunately, but we got some stuff done, and we made an effort. But I really want Codeman to be part of the next one. So,
hey, I had a lot of fun. So,
oh yeah,
ditto.
Yes.
So yeah, that'll do it. Thanks for participating, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of it you got to play, Digo.
Yay.
And next time, more of these shenanigans, I guess, for those of you listening.
Were you streaming it this time, Spud?
Not streaming, just recording.
That's cool.
Because I didn't want to, next time I'll pose the question whether people want, this to be live streamed, but I figured, I didn't want to. I thought about asking, but I was like, I shouldn't probably ask on the day of.
I mean, like, for the live stream stuff,
answer always okay.
It doesn't bother me, but I mean, I know it's more work for you, so.
Anyway, that's Stars Without Number session 2. Thanks for listening.